lioness. Sometimes I'm ginger.
And then I could be honey.
Sometimes I'm honey.
And I could be a little ginger.
But depending on the day, it could go either way. So we're going to talk a little bit about who we are and what we do. And we're going to talk a little bit about who we are versus what we do. Because typically when somebody asks you, well, who are you? Yeah. We tend to go with like roles and titles, right? Mm-hmm. Like who we are, but like more so what we do. Right? Like I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. But is that authentically who you are? Right. So we're going to talk a little bit about who we are.
Who are you, sis?
I'm multi-dimensional. So I am a mom, a daughter, a sister, an educator. And, those are the roles that I have. But who I am, like, authentically outside of those attachments, I am love, I am empathy, I am a creative, I am empathetic, compassionate. Yeah. So like those are that's at my core. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's who I am. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you?
Well, and the same, like, we have this chemistry because we have so many characteristics in common, right?
Yeah. Sure.
But with some of the differences, like we said, depending on the day, you go either way.
Definite alternate egos.
Yes, for sure. For sure. But same. I'm a daughter. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother.
Oh yeah.
A Coco. My favorite title. By profession, I'm an accountant, work in the finance world. I'm someone's lady.
I'm a partner.
I'm a partner. So my man.
Absolutely.
So all those things, but who I am. And I'll start with saying I am the daughter of Yvette Cox and Ennis Paul Bennett.
Okay.
Who created me.
All right now.
And I say that too because they were first loves. Mm-hmm. So the creation of me was out of so much love that I feel that's the reason God brought me into this world on February 14th, Valentine's Day. So a huge part of who I am is love, and very compassionate, very considerate, definitely an empath, right?
Yeah.
So, which could be a good and a bad thing, right?
That's why you have me.
That exactly.
Be like, girl,
shut that shit off. Yeah, because we do. We take on other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way, but just we both are very protective, right? Over our loved ones.
You add that to the list.
Yeah.
Protector.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in that, when we know of, hear of something's going on with a loved one, is ours.
Yeah.
We feel that. And we're a faithful woman.
That's right.
That's who I am too. So of course, a praying woman, I'm gonna pray for you. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I'm gonna also take that on. And becomes a weight. Yeah. So but very loving, like I said, considerate and passionate. Mm-hmm. I love who I love, and I'm loyal.
Yeah.
Like you, lioness. Yes. So, and we can be loyal to a fault. I'm patient.
Yeah.
Can be patient to a fault.
Yes.
I give people a lot of leeway. I give people a lot of chances.
Grace.
Grace,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's the new trendy word. Grace.
Enough rope to hang yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
There you go.
But baby, when you
Once
hang,
it's
your
clipped.
ass is hung.
It's clipped for you. Yeah.
You are done. So yeah,
If you was on fire, I want to pee on you.
Not a squirt. Not a squirt. Burn, you know.
But just don't get to that point.
Just don't get to that point.
We
good. We are good, baby.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna love you, and as long as those big bridges haven't been burned, like we said, then you may be able to cross over that cover. See what's up. But very, very loving and compassionate.
Yeah, for sure. I would say
that's me.
That's you. That's us. On any given day, those roles are intertwined. So, hence the name Ginger and Honey, right? I'm not necessarily Ginger. She's not necessarily Honey. We can flip flop. It's a yin and yang thing. With the ginger being spicy and a little hot. And the honey is just sweet nectar.
Right. Right.
So, those roles interchange, but here we are.
We definitely thought the name was very fitting for us.
Yes.
And welcome to our world.
For sure.
Getting to know us.
And our sisterhood.
Which
is a good little segue into our sisterhood.
Exactly.
How did we get here?
Right. Because we are sisters.
Yes, we're sisters.
We definitely have a strong friend, sisterhood village, but we are actually sisters. You want to tell them how?
So we come from we come from a small town,
right,
in New York.
Money earning Mount Vernon.
Hey,
shout out.
Yeah, legends are born there.
Many.
A girlfriend of mine said that something must be in the water at Mount Vernon. It produces some very, very special people.
I like that.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah, I do. So we are originally from Mount Vernon, New York, and in Mount Vernon, it's kind of like a small town community. Everybody knows everybody, first, last name basis.
Right, generation to generation.
Yeah,
it's literally 4 square miles.
That's it, but it feels big.
It feels
but
big.
Very small. And so we met by my dad. Took me out to dinner one night and was like, "Hey, I'm dating this woman, and she's great, and she has 2 daughters, and he's giving me all the rundown to soften the blow of this introduction, right?" And so we're at dinner at City Island, the world famous City Island, and he's like, "She has 2 daughters," and I sat back like, does she? And then he's like, "Yeah, I think you might know one of them." I was like, as long as I like her, and
immediate eye
roll and attitude,
right?
And he's like, "Yeah, well," and then he gives me her name, and I was like, oh my gosh, because we have, so the dynamic goes as follows, right? We have 2 crews.
Right.
Nick Valentine is a little older.
High school.
Yeah, typical high school for sure.
Yeah.
Nick is a little older by a couple of years. And so her crew was like the hot popping crew. But then we came on the scene. We were a little younger.
Yeah, a little younger.
A little younger, but we was on fire. And so there was a little tension between the crews. And so once he told me her name, it was like, oh my God, are you for real? Like, I do not like that chick at all. And so it's like, I'm gonna bring, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and likewise on the other end, when my mother told me about it. Now, so my sister and I had met him, so we knew her dad, and that they were dating, and then it was to the point where it was like, okay, now it's time to
Mm-hmm.
One child. He only has one daughter.
Yep.
And I never forget either that my mother's like, we're gonna meet. You know, they're gonna come over. He's gonna bring his daughter, and it's like, okay, yeah, she goes to high school, right? And it was the high school, because Mount Vernon only had one.
Yeah.
So
sure did.
So chances that we knew each other was very. Yeah. We knew we were going to know each other.
Yeah.
So, and she's trying to say the name. I think her name is Tina. I said
Tiana.
She's like, oh my God, it figures you would have a problem with somebody. I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. So we definitely had the same.
We did.
Reaction.
We had the same reaction. Mm-hmm. And then even a little more backstory on that. Like, Nick had actually had a physical altercation with one of my best friends, right? So, like, besides it just being a walk in the hall, eye roll, shoulder bump type situation, they had a real fight. Yeah. And so it was like, and so they're good now. They're good. Yes. It's a long time ago. But they did. So there was that extra added nuance to the situation. Right. But we left dinner and went straight over there, and there was maybe 2 minutes of like awkwardness, and
real quick
went down to the basement and chopped it up.
Chopped it up for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And then we never had anything personal. So it was our friends, you know, and then, always a guy situation involved too. So it's like some messy stuff that had nothing to do with us directly. Yeah. Right. Sure. But once we sat and talked, like all night until they left, and here we are. Yeah. We've been like this ever since.
How many years later?
Right.
Only a few.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that. The auntie's ages now.
Yeah, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time. And it's been great. We embraced the sisterhood, and that's where we've been.
That's right. And even after the marriage didn't work, it didn't affect us. I will say that yes. And I say that only to say sometimes that separation separates the rest of the dynamic of the family and a relationship. Yes. But it did not sever our relationship at all. Like I don't even call her my stepsister. That's straight sister.
For sure. Yeah. So we hanging in there.
And here we are.
All right.
Love you, boo.
Love you more.
No.
All right. So now we're gonna move right along into how we got to this space. So now we're here.
From enemies to sisters.
For sure.
Right.
And so fast forward a couple years to your birthday this year.
Yes. Double Nick.
Special one.
Yes, special birthday. Yeah. Wanted to do something special. Had a couple of options I thought about. And something just came over me to, it was a lot going on. So I won't say it's something, I guess different things, emotions resonated in me at the time, because I've seen a lot of family members pass away. In 2024, and even the ending the year too. So going into 2025. Going into 2025. And, just different friends had things going on, and I just felt like, you know what? I need my girls.
Yeah. 2025 started off
rough,
crazy. We were looking forward to it.
Yeah,
right. December's coming. It's like, yeah. We doing this, we doing that. Growth and development, and we were proud to be entering this new year, start things afresh, and then the new year started like day one.
Day one.
It was like kicked in the door. It was like, oh, okay,
boom, bam, boom.
I get it. Boom, bam, boom.
Right. Like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is what we've been praying for, gearing up for, because now we gotta kick all that into gear. Like, we gonna have to use that.
Right.
To stay afloat this year. But
Go
ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. So it's like all the things, right? And it's like, I just need my girls. I was like, I want to do a slumber party. We old as hell. But we about to have the sleepover, okay? Yeah. And it's like, I strongly felt like everybody will be okay, you know, because sometimes that can be a little crazy, you know, even going away with a bunch of women, you know, but we gonna break those stereotypes too.
Yes.
That's what we're here for. And I said, no, it's gonna be good. You know, I'm gonna invite, it's a small group of people who are nearest and dearest to me. And that I know was also going through things, and that I just needed to feel that love, you know, that I needed to feel it, and I wanted us to collectively give it and receive it from each other. So I planned a sleepover, right? And oddly, it was supposed to be 15 women, and one person ended up coming, and including myself, it ended up being 14 people. So my birthday is Valentine's Day, February 14th. So it was just like,
come on, numerology.
Come on, baby. Look at God. I said everything just was falling in line to where we knew, oh, this was just supposed to happen. It was all organic, but so many things that we realized, and then this happened, and then this and that. And it was just a collective, beautiful moment that led us here, because at my birthday sleepover, we did the Kendrick Lamar challenge. They not like us, right? So saw the halftime Super Bowl, and it was like,
it was the buzz of the week.
Dope, right? It was the buzz of the week. It was already on fire. So my birthday party was the 15th, the day after my actual birthday, and I think a couple of days before that, I said, ladies, look at this video.
It was the night before.
Was it the night before?
It was the night before.
Okay.
She sent out
this. I know it was short notice.
Yeah, this mass text. I want to do the Kendrick challenge. So Nick's the dancer, right? She loves to dance, and so it's like, I'm two-stepping at this point. And she's like, and I'm like, challenge. I'm like, Lord, I'm still trying to learn the Tamir dance, right? I still ain't got that.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't even know what this challenge looks like. She sends out the text, go through it, look at it. I'm like, oh, okay, I could do that.
Right, that's what I said. This is
easy, breezy, lemon, squeezy.
Yeah, we got it, we can manage. And I sent it, you know, it was no conversation. Some people were like, girl, what? Some people gave the thumbs up, but it was literally no conversation. That was it. So sent it. I gifted all my girls, sisters, some satin PJs with their names, you know, monogrammed on them. So they had that. So all they needed to do was show up, had everything ready. And we started the video, right? And literally people was like, oh my God, how long did it take y'all to rehearse this? How many takes? And I said, literally, we did like 3 takes. And it would have been a one and done. And the only reason we did it a few times was just to get everybody in a frame. Because initially we were all coming up and people were getting cut out of the video. So my choreographer, 90s dancer, good friend, Carolyn Brown, shout out, C-Lynn.
Hey, Carolyn.
She's like, okay, girls, this is what, Nikki, you go back. Y'all come up. And y'all peel off.
She got us in
formation,
That's
baby.
right. That's right.
In formation. And we did it. We had a ball doing it. We looked at it on the TV, and we was like, oh, we look good. Just the colors were popping. We had fun. And
I was like, this is going to go viral.
And she said it.
We going viral.
I didn't even know what viral meant. Like what number is viral? I don't even know.
We was Googling. What is considered viral?
Viral, right.
1,000?
1,000?
What is
100,000? We don't know. More likes than we usually get, right? So put the video up, woke up the next morning, it had like 1,000 views. We like, oh my God, we got 1,000 views. But baby, the day was rolling and those numbers were just climbing. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
We about to get to 500,000. We hit 1,000,000. 2, 3, 4.
It's still going.
And counting.
Yeah,
And
it's
counting.
still going. And then there's the copycats. They tried. They tried. The highest form of flattery is imitation.
But what? They not like us. They not like us.
I think it was just the authenticity of it.
Yes.
In summary, you know, you can't recreate energy.
That's
you can't
it. Period.
Recreate
and that's
swag.
That part.
So, you know, nice. You know,
and I think that's what was felt.
Yeah.
Like people watched it and felt from it. It wasn't just watching another video. Like people felt the sisterhood. People could see the love, the energy, and it was just positive. Like the comments, the feedback.
Like,
oh my God.
It was like, okay, we got to do something. We got to do something.
We got to do more of this.
Because we are now in this space. It's like, I had always wanted to kind of do a podcast and used to do these little nightly shows on Periscope.
Yes.
And so,
and we always talked about doing a business like for decades.
Yeah.
Decades.
We need to get together. And then it's always, y'all so funny. Right. And, you know, the life of the party.
Yes.
And so we just decided we want to get together and do a podcast and talk about everything. Like, we have so much to share.
So much to share.
So much to learn.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to learning and sharing and growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
but the sharing, this sisterhood, this love, our life experience.
Yes.
We would love to share with you guys. So we appreciate you joining in, tuning in
to the Ginger
and Honey Podcast.
For sure.
Yay!